Basically, we're just going to go through the shopping cart. It's one of the main pages, like the dashboard, quote, cart, order. So the shopping cart is basically the link between the quote. So we have a quote here. I'm going to go into it. I'm going to add something to it. We're going to add an acrylic sign, 2 foot by 3 foot, economy, white, square corners. Hit populate, add this to my quote. So I have a quote here. And when I want to add it to my cart, which is located up here, which currently now has nothing in it at a value of $0, I'm going to hit add to cart. Pretty simple. Then I come up here and you see it now has one item for a total of $220. Now when I'm placing this order, I want to move it to converted so that it doesn't remain in as quote. Then I go into the shopping cart, which is this page, and it's going to pull up any information from a previous order if there is any. If there had not been a previous order to this on this account, all of this information would be blank. So you've got your bill to and your ship to. Let's say the ship to is a different address. You fill out all the fields. The billing address obviously needs to match the payment information. The shipping is where we're going to ship it to. If it's a rush order, you rush this, and that's going to show up on the work order, the production work order, so that we are all on the same page on the time that it's going to take to produce this. Shipping notes, this is if it needs to ship on a different account, or if we need it to, half of it to be shipped here, half of it to be shipped there. Anything that I want to go on the work order for the shipping department to know, I need to put in here. Shipping method, we generally use UPS Ground unless otherwise specified. Of course, we can do any kind of expedited shipping, which are all these methods here. We also have a local courier, which will drop things off within our Tri-County area. We have DHL is one of our freight carriers. FedEx, of course, freight in general other than DHL. Typically, DHL is used only for APO or FPO addresses or anything that's going to a military base overseas.
Thank you.
Something that normal freight and FedEx and UPS can't deliver to. Then you've got in-house application for all signs that we use here for our own advertisement. Any installation, so we don't want it to ship, we want to give it to the installation crew and have them go install it. Overnight Saturday, people who are local customers who are picking up, of course, the post office, none, and then error is just a default in case something happens and it pops into error, we know to call that customer and find out what they need. Now, these little red stars indicate that a field must be filled out. The only 3 things that need to be filled out for this to move through to an order is the ship method, the ship date. And this is a tentative ship date, but we need to have at least some sort of idea of when we're expecting this to ship. You can also go a step further and put the in-hand date. So if I know it's shipping tomorrow, on Thursday, and it's a 1-day transit to where it should be going, it's going to the next town over, then I'm going to put the in-hand date as the 14th. Then you have the proof by date, which is going to automatically populate for the next day at this time. So it is 4:58 today on Wednesday, so it's saying it needs to be proofed by 4:58 tomorrow on 13th because we have a 24-hour proofing promotion basically. Other than these two, the only other thing that needs to be filled out is a tax option. Now, you've got out of state, which is just obviously anything that's out of state that they don't have to pay taxes on in their state, and then every county in South Carolina. And you just have to be careful on picking which county because they do vary, and although it's slight, taxes are not to be messed with. So, of course, let's say this one is going to Charleston, South Carolina, so we're going to put Charleston on it. It's going to apply a 7.5% tax, which here. If they wanted some kind of expedited shipping, then I could say, let's say they wanted second day air. I click second day air here for the ship method. I click this button, which is rates. It's got the right country, the right state, the right zip code, and it's going to give me, okay, second day air is going to be $43.87 for this. So if this customer wanted to use second day air, I would need to put $43.87 in this field, and it will add it on to the total. Now I have everything ready. I simply click this checkout button. Oh, of course I didn't hit my ship out date, which we always have to have. So I'm going to put it, let's say I think it's going to ship out on Monday, and it's a 1-day transit, so it's going to be there on Tuesday. I hit checkout, and voila, it is now an order. So the shopping cart is basically just a step to link a quote to an order. It's not considered one of the main 3 customer pages, which are the customer account overview, the quote, and the order. It's more of a transitional page linking quote and order. And of course now if we were to go, you see that there is nothing in their cart, and come here, the quote has been converted, the order has been placed, and nothing is in their cart. So it's really just a steps tool. Okay?